It's the end of the week, and so it's time to take out the trash. My garbage person of the week, I had to get into this on gas prices. The right has been so focusing on the rising cost of gas. Well, what if we were to try in a variety of ways to lower it? I want you to take a look at this video of Charles Payne responding to rising profits from oil companies.
I just want to put this Bernie Sanders tweet on profits for the big oil companies, because I know you have been talking a lot about this. He says, well, hey, look at the profits of these big companies. ConocoPhillips, up 1,400%. Chevron, ExxonMobil, as the gas price increases 63% to $424. Your response?
I'm doing a big segment today on corporate profits because they were the best last year since 1950. Profits, yeah. Corporate profits overall.
I got you.
You know what I say? Great, fantastic, I love it. Profits is not a four-letter word in a capitalist society. This is how that's how we generate opportunity and prosperity for all Americans.
Okay, so profits are up, we know that, massive profits. So isn't that a reason to potentially lower the gas prices? Take a look at this response. This is why he ends up as my garbage person.
People are gonna hear you say that and they're gonna say, wait a second then. With all those profits, there's gonna be room for gas prices, oil prices to come down a little bit.
I'm confused about that.
That they should somehow share their profits.
Because the year before that, when their profits went down 50%,
there you go.
Did anybody come to their rescue?
That's the point I heard you make. Yeah. So they were losing money during the pandemic.
Right, and then
yeah, and still being subsidized for literally billions of dollars. I love the idea that the reporter asks a follow-up and seems reasonable, but only to say, and there you go. Obviously, they should make ever increasing profits and artificially keep gas prices high. And when they do that, we will attack the Biden administration over it. Isn't that amazing?
It's so stupid. It's like, but there's still profits are lower. Profits? You're talking about profits. Profits? Like, yeah. The profits, you have less extra.
But still extra. Extra, and look at a little bit less extra.
And look at what it took. It took no one driving cars because they couldn't go anywhere.
That's how durable their profits are. But the thing is, so they want the prices to be lower, they imply, but they don't want the companies to lower their prices. As you see in this graphic, Lauren Boebert doesn't want government relief. We shouldn't be subsidizing people's use of gas. That's socialism. Subsidizing the oil companies, I guess that's capitalism according to her, so we can't do that. Let's see, Stephen Miller and other activists on the right don't like the idea of releasing gas from the strategic reserves. I think that's a bad idea. What do you think they're gonna do when they find out that Biden's invoking the Defense Production Act for electric vehicle battery materials? Like trying to get us to switch to clean energy or clean energy based transportation. They hate that too. Marjorie Greene telling people to keep their electric cars and their bicycles. So they like to imply that they don't like the rising cost of gas, but I almost swore. There is not much that they want to do to keep the price lower, to get it lower in the first place. Anyway, with that said, we gotta get into our community garbage person of the week because 30,000 of you voted this week, and here are your top 5. Coming at number 5 with 3% of the vote is Charlie Kirk for calling on men to stop trans athletes. Not a very popular choice there. Tied for 4 and 3 with 4% of the vote, Madison Cawthorn for lying about congressional orgies, or Rick Scott for pretending his own plan was a Democrat talking point. That was a funny one. Number 2 with 27% of the vote is Ginny Thomas for her insane attempts to destroy democracy. But 63% of the vote gives us the Manhattan DA as the garbage person of the week for not prosecuting Donald Trump. Not a particularly competitive week this week, Brett. People are pretty outspoken on this.
Yep, I'd go with Ginny Thomas.
Ginny Thomas pretty bad. The Manhattan DA hasn't even explained it though. Like I find that to be particularly frustrating.
Yeah.
You're gonna let them off the hook, at least identify what your cover story is. But anyway, thank you to all of you who voted.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.